You might think having alcohol at a student organization event is an absolute no, but that actually isn't the case. If you want to have alcohol at a student organization event, you can do that under certain circumstances that you have to learn about and follow up on that are outlined in the student organization policies and procedures manual. So definitely check that section out. But in any case, if you do have alcohol at an event, there has got to be a lot of pre-planning for that event, and you need to work with the Office of Student Life to ensure that you're following the proper policy and procedure in gaining alcohol to your event. There's kind of a couple of different ways that you can go about doing this. If your event is going to be on campus and you're making a reservation, in the reservation process, you can let the individual know that you're working with that you would like to have alcohol at that event. They will make a note of that and then automatically add that into the procedure review process, and then you'll be informed later on whether or not that is actually approved or not. So that's probably the easiest way. The other way is if you're having an event off campus, you don't need to work with reservations, obviously, but you do need to complete a form that we have in the Office of Student Life that gives us some information about what you're planning to do and how you're planning to appropriately manage the event. One advantage of having events on campus is if you work through Sodexo as your alcohol provider, they will manage that event for you and take care of all of that. If you're doing your event off campus, we need to know a little bit more information about how you plan to manage the alcohol that you have at that event. And so that's the purpose of that form. All of that needs to be done very far in advance so that we have an understanding of what you're planning to do and to ensure that you're following the proper procedures. If your event is going to be held at like a banquet hall or something that you're renting out, you'll have to work with the individuals that manage that facility. If you're going to have an event at like a chapter facility, if you're a fraternity, or if you're having it at someone's home or something that isn't a business, then you are responsible for managing that alcohol, and we need to work with you even further to make sure that you know what you need to do to keep the event safe for all who attend. Obviously, if you have attendees at your event that are not over the age of 21, they are not allowed to consume alcohol. If there are reports of underage consumption of alcohol at a student organization event that you're sponsoring, you are, as a student organization, responsible for that. And if there's a follow-up investigation and you're found to be responsible, then there will be repercussions and sanctions levied against your student organization because of that mismanagement. So I think the lesson here is to just understand that if you want to have alcohol at your event, in many cases that's okay, but we need to work with you to make sure that you're following the proper procedures in order to have that be a safe event for everyone that attends. Working with us in advance is required. It's something that is also very smart to limit your own personal kind of liability in case something bad happens. So always work with our office, always reach out to us and make sure that your events are as safe as they possibly can be.